What's up guys, welcome to another YouTube video. So we are 4 weeks out from running 100 miles, but that's not even that important. But what is important is taking you guys through a weekend in the life of long run. Today we have a long run, and then nutrition, fueling for my long run, fueling for my weight training session, and also fueling my body to perform. Because a lot of times you watch these YouTube videos and you see the people doing the thing, but they don't explain doing the thing. So that's what I want to take you guys through. Shoot the shit and hang out. So essentially what we got here, I'll explain why. In the morning I wake up and I have 2 eggs, 150 grams of egg whites, a protein bar, and some coffee with some creamer. Like I said, I've gotten softer over time. I add creamer in my coffee. But I have this because I'm 205 pounds. For me to catch up to my protein, it starts in the morning. And also when your body, the whole night it's fasting, you're not eating anything. So I like to make sure I get protein right in the morning so I can recover and get ready for the day. So whenever my body needs it, it can use it. So with that being said, I have a protein bar. Now sometimes I'll interchange this with sourdough bread, but today I'm gonna be consuming most of my fuel on the run. Now carbohydrates are the first and most efficient fuel for your body to burn. It's like almost like jet fuel. So your body's gonna pull from that mostly right away. What I do is I consume most of my carbs during my runs or right before my runs. So what I'll do is I'll take, this meal, consume it, have protein, have the fats, and have a little bit of carbohydrates to get me going. And then I'll start fueling through the run, because in an ultra marathon, you gotta get used to fueling during running and even marathons. Fueling is super important. I used to neglect that, and I used to always hate running and bonk. That's because you're running out of fuel. Think of a car. You get in the car, driving all over the place, and you don't ever put gas in it. It slows down, eventually putters and stops. Same way with the body. So I'm making sure I bought some gummies and taking those on the run with me. So I'm gonna throw those back and catch you guys after that. All right, what's up guys? So we are going to be heading out for a long run. Not sure exactly how long we're gonna go. I do know, but it's a surprise, so I'm not gonna tell you guys. Anyways, you guys might be wondering what's gonna be fueling a 205 pound blob of milk, and that's gonna be these Mott's assorted fruits. Now, first time trying this, so hopefully I don't shit my pants running. But I see other people use them, so I'm gonna try them. And it says that they're real fruit veggie juice, so whatever that means, it sounds healthy. So yeah, gonna consume these probably like every 4 miles, have like one. So say I do 24 miles, that's like, I don't know how many packs. But anyways, yeah, so gonna be having these every 4 miles, 1 pack. It's got like 20 grams of carbs. And then this is what I'm wearing. GYMSHARK, code French, if you wanna support, but nothing fancy. This is why I like running. You kind of just throw some shit on, take some food with you, and see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. Also, got the squirrel's nut butter on. I don't have it on yet. Not gonna put it on video, but gonna put it on before the run. And then, yeah, the boys are gonna glide, and it's gonna be smooth sailing. So that's all I got. Let's go run however long I decide. I know, like I said, but I'm not telling you guys, so I'll see you then. So one other thing I forgot is I have 750 milligrams of sodium and electrolytes in this. So I'm gonna be sipping on that. Pretty much what I'll do is I'm gonna run 3 miles out, 3 miles back. So every 6 miles, refuel, get electrolytes, get the gummies, the fruit gummies. And yeah, just go as long as I can and finish this long run. And then yeah, pretty much just take you guys through the day. So let's do it. Now just to give you an idea, I use the Nike Invincible Run 3s first. So gonna wear these first, and then as my feet get more and more uncomfy because I'm running on blacktop, maybe a little bit of trails, but I'm gonna be wearing these if my feet start really bothering me, to just have a little more support than the Invincible Run 3s. But the Invincible Run 3s give me a little more spring, push me forward. And then the Asics Gel Nimbus 25s just really help my feet recover and get me through the run. So I always bring like 2 pairs. Sometimes I don't change, sometimes I do, but you know, we'll see today. But yeah, nonetheless, those are like the 2 recommendations for a training shoe. Not all terrain, but for blacktop as a heavier runner. Like I said, I'm 205 pounds, so need a little support on the feet. But now, you know what's crazy is I was gonna say my feet have gotten substantially bigger because I'm flat-footed, and I think all these miles are stretching my feet out because I'm so heavy. It's just like a pancake. It's like, but yeah, we got everything packed. I'm not running in this, but you know what? I don't want to hear no shit when you guys are complaining about the cold. I got these little skimpy pants on. I'm about to go run. I'm not telling you the distance, but I'm about to go run. Complaining about the cold. It's just a factor. It's not a feeling. You don't have to act on it. It's there. You're like, screw you, cold. It just gives you the motivation to keep moving. All right, so this is gonna be what I use to run the 100 miles in, but also what I'm using to train. I'm gonna have like gels, liquids in here, but for this run, since I have my truck that I'll be stopping at every 6 miles, I don't wanna carry too much with me, but I do wanna get used to it. Like I said, having it on and using it during the run. So I'm gonna have this on, probably put some gummies in here, and then there were some sunglasses on, and then get after it. So let's do it, people. That did be smiles. All right, so just got back from 6 miles. Gonna pop 2 of these gummies, eat these, and then walk while I'm eating them, because during the ultra the goal is to never stop moving. So 80 calories per pouch, 20 grams of carbs, so 40 grams of carbs every hour. So 6 miles done, gonna just keep popping in and walk you guys through it. Just remember, whenever you feel tired, that's just a feeling, okay? Whenever you feel a lot of fatigue, that's a feeling. That's when the mind takes over. So let's keep pushing. About 12 miles in, approaching the diesel truck. Feeling good. Running off of some gummies. You see these trees? The body is like a tree, but what holds down the tree is the mind. So if you have strong roots, you have a strong mind, your tree's not gonna fall over. You're gonna be strong, and that's what I think about. The mind is strong, and then the body's strong. All right, don't mind me. Just 12 miles in. Back from, for stuff to watch. 12 miles in, my hands are freezing, but gonna grab some electrolyte, sip on this, and then 2 more boxes or pouches of these Mott's. I recommend them. Taste good, digest well, no GI distress. Definitely gonna use those in the ultra. So yeah, 12 miles in. Like I said, I'm not telling you guys, I'm gonna surprise you how many miles we're doing. So all right, so just wrapped up. I'm not done yet. 18 miles. Not gonna have any more fruit snacks. Got 2 more of the miles left. Doing 20 miles a day after 50 miles on the week, plus 10 miles tomorrow. So 80 miles this week. So yeah, hanging in there. You don't sign up for shit because it's easy. You sign up for it because it's hard. Let's keep moving before I get stiff. See you guys in 2 more miles. All right, so just wrapped up a 20-mile run. Felt pretty good. Pace was 8 minutes and 49 seconds for 20 miles, so kept the heart rate around 140 beats per minute. But yeah, 20 miles in the bag. Definitely sucked a little, but is what it is. Got it done. Here's the watch.
This is the Phoenix 7X Sapphire Edition for this one day, but 20 miles, 8:49 minute per mile pace.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Post run. I know you always see me with a hat on, so it looks a little weird, but we're cooking up some buffalo chicken dip with some potatoes, and pretty much how I make this is I just use a serving of this, plain yogurt, and then 6 ounces of chicken breast, and then 300 grams of potatoes. And this is like my favorite post-workout meal after like a long run, or just in general. I eat the same thing every day, but you gotta find like ways to make it more enjoyable. Like growing up, one of my favorite things was buffalo chicken dip. So I found a macro-friendly thing that I make, and pretty much, yeah, I make that. So I'll show you what I mix it in to make it taste like buffalo chicken dip, but essentially start with plain yogurt and then 6 ounces of chicken. And it's like total macros, I think it's like 80 grams of protein. I can update you on that, but amazing choice. So I'm gonna show you guys that, make it, and get back to you. All right, so before we get into talking why I eat what I eat and to refuel and prepare for my weight training session after my runs, right here is the finished product. So essentially just buffalo chicken dip and potatoes, and that wing sauce that I showed you, and popcorn seasoning, cheese seasoning. So if you have that at your grocery store, I suggest getting it. It's amazing. But go ahead and dig in. I'm literally salivating thinking about it. So yeah, you eat this and then shoot the shit, talk to you guys then about nutrition and training. So let's do it. What's up, guys? So the point in which you clicked on this video is gonna be for fueling, for lifting, and fueling for running. Now, with that, or endurance, with that, I want you to understand something. Now, a lot of people think, oh, the reason I don't have results is because of motivation, or it's hard for me to get up to the gym when motivation. And that's 100% true, but think back to that, right? Everything that you put in your body gives you a result. And I know that sounds very monotonous to think, and I don't want you to overstress this. This is about making good habits. Now, just to rewind everything, and now, and an analogy that I love is, I love diesel trucks. Say you have a truck or a car, everybody can relate to this. You don't fuel that car. Is it even gonna turn over? No gas in the tank? No, it's gonna sit and rust. You put fuel in the car, it will do amazing things. It will get you across the country. It'll get you for thousands of miles without any problem, as long as you keep refueling it. Say you're on a 1,000-mile trek across the country and you don't ever fill the tank again, you're gonna run out of gas and the car's gonna sit there, just like it would have if you didn't fill it up. That's the same way your body is. Now, this is all tying back. Motivation. You wake up, you say you ate shit, or say you overdrank, overate the night before, you wake up sluggish, you don't feel good. Do you expect to feel good? Like, just think about it. You shouldn't feel good. Your motivation is gonna be low. And it's not because you're not good at working out, or it's not because you're not motivated, it's because of what you put in your body beforehand. You gotta think, would you put shitty fuel in a car that you care about, or a car that you want to run well? Say you need to take a trek across the country. Are you gonna put some shitty fuel in it that you know is not gonna get you there? No, the same way with your body. So I want you to understand that a lot of people blame, like, oh, I don't feel good enough to do this workout, or I don't feel good enough to run. A lot of times it's because of what you're eating the night before, or how you're treating your daily life. Like, are you eating junk food? My motivation's low when I eat a ton of junk food. Straight up, that's why I don't do it. You can eat it here and there, which we'll get into in this video, but don't be a glutton. A glutton pretty much means that you overeat and you do have no self-control. Self-control is the ultimate freedom. Discipline is freedom. You gotta be controlled in order to enjoy life and be free. So with that being said, enough tangent there. I just want to say, I'm nothing special. We're all capable. It's just wanting it bad enough and understanding that it's not rocket science. What you put in your body is what you get out of it. So look at food as fuel. Not restrictive, just food as fuel. So with getting into this, I want to talk about fueling for running. Now, typically, as you saw, I had a protein bar, had like 30 grams of carbs in it, and then I had some eggs. I like to get protein and carbs and a little bit of fat from the eggs just to sustain my energy levels, slow the digestion of the carbs down. But what I recommend is, say you any run over 60 minutes, try to get 30 to 40 grams of carbs an hour before you even start a run. Essentially what this does is it replenishes your glycogen. Think of your muscle glycogen as little fuel tanks. When you eat carbs, it gets digested and broken down into glycogen, which your body uses as energy and fuel. If you don't eat that, your body is going to feel sluggish, hence you're going to feel not motivated. It's important to fuel your body, fuel it with glycogen, fuel it with carbs, so you have that motivation, you have that spark to your ignition to your car, and you can just go. Then any run over 60 minutes, I try to get at least 40 to 60 grams of carbs per hour. This is just for long runs. I don't think you need to do it anything under 45 to 50 minutes, but at least have a meal beforehand just to get you through that run. Now, anything over 60 minutes, studies show that you're burning through a lot of glycogen. No matter if you're running low heart rate, I know they say majority of the time you're burning fat, but depending on the effort, everybody's different. Like, you know, you're gonna tap into some muscle glycogen when you're moving 60 minutes. It's just bound to happen, right? You're running, you know, it's just bound to happen. So you're moving your body like that, it is using glycogen. Right now I'm using glycogen. So that's essentially what I mean. Just a quick overview on that. 30 to 40 grams of carbs pre-workout an hour before you run. So wake up in the morning, have like oats or protein bar, granola bar with some protein, just proteins there to just make sure that you're recovering throughout and after your workout. And then anything over 60 minutes, try to fuel with 40 to 60 grams of carbs. As you saw in my video, I use gummies. That just helps me get through my run. You'll notice these good runners, and I didn't notice this myself, they can run forever, it seems like. And it's because they're fueling. Like I said, I know a lot of people think, oh, you know, it's weak. I used to think that. No, it's how you get through runs, okay? So you gotta fuel your body. Next big point I want to drive home is your performance and how you feel today starts yesterday. Your nutrition last night affects today. You know, there was times where after my bodybuilding prep, you know, I was single digit body fat, and I tried to go run the next day after eating a bunch of junk food, and I felt like crap. I felt bloated, I felt tired, and I tried getting through my runs and it just wasn't fun, right? Now, when I wake up, just from learning this over time, I have a meal the night before that's high in protein, high in carbs, moderate fat. Essentially what this does is it replenishes my body through the protein, recovers from the muscle tears. Then the carbs are gonna replenish my glycogen because it takes a while for your body to use carbohydrates and store it as glycogen. So I make sure my glycogen's topped off the night before, so I have a protein, carb heavy meal the night before my run. That way in the morning, I don't have to stuff myself before the run. I have the energy from the night before. You're not using that energy up laying in bed, right? You're using those energy the next morning. So protein, high carb the night before. Translate to a better run, better lift in the morning. Next is gonna be sodium. So sodium essentially holds water in the body, intramuscular, and it just really allows your body to stay hydrated. This is very important. I try to get 500 milligrams of sodium to 750 milligrams of sodium an hour when I'm doing these big runs. Before the run, I try to get at least 250 to 500 milligrams of sodium, so electrolytes. Essentially, that's a good rule of thumb. I would say anywhere from 250 to 500 milligrams of sodium. It's just gonna help you be hydrated. That's important for both weightlifting and running. So you're gonna see the overlap when I go back into that. Now, the main driver that I wanna drive home, because I'm from a bodybuilding background, I run too, but the biggest thing, like the war in my head, has been carbs make you fat. That is not true. I got shredded eating carbs, more carbs than I did even when I was a lot heavier. What matters is total calories. So if you go for a run and you're fatigued and you just think that you can eat whatever you want because you're tired and you had this big effort, that's not true. The carbs aren't making you fat or make you gain weight. It's what it is it's eating too many calories. So essentially tracking your calories or understanding a meal plan or understanding that it's not a macronutrient like carbs, fats, or proteins that are making you fat. It's the overall consumption of all of that that makes you fat or makes you gain fat. So essentially what I want to take away from this is you don't have to demonize any food. You don't have to make any food like a poor relationship. You have all these zealots online that say, oh, well, you have to eat carnivore, or you have to eat keto. And there's very, very, very rare exceptions. And I think that it's a temporary fix for something that they can't control. Self-control, self-discipline is freedom. You got to be able to control your hunger in order to be free. So when you go out, have your whatever you want, just don't overeat it. Track it. Be mindful. You'll lose weight. You'll make amazing progress. You'll get the body of your dreams. Not no fad diet, right? Just blows my mind that I believe that, but I mean, everybody does, and you just listen to these people that make a lot of money selling these programs. So the thing I learned is just moderate your intake. Self-control is self-discipline. Self-discipline is self-love. Now we're going to move into fueling for lifting. So just like running, you got to replenish your glycogen stores. When you lift, these little muscle tanks in your arms and everywhere on your body, those fill up with glycogen. If you don't have 30 to 40 grams of carbs pre-workout, or if you don't eat enough the night before of carbohydrates, you are going to feel flat. You ever go to the gym sometimes and you just don't have a pump? That's a big reason why, right? It's because you didn't replenish the glycogen. The glycogen's filling up your muscles with water and glycogen and carbs. That's essentially what's going into your muscles. That's allowing it to contract, allowing it to push big efforts. So it's just like fueling your gas in your car. Glycogen, no carbs the night before or before the workout, you're going to feel it. A big thing also is sodium. Sodium is going to help the contractions of your muscles. Make sure you get enough sodium in. Like I said, 250 to 500 is like what I like. I think if you're not running, 250 milligrams of sodium is plenty. Next, you want to make sure you have readily available energy stores. So that just ties back into what I just said. So essentially, you just want to make sure you have fuel before your workout. Now, this ties back into running and lifting, but mostly lifting. Protein supports muscle recovery and muscle growth. What do you think when you don't have protein? Do you build muscle or recover? No. Protein is anti-catabolic. It's going to help you repair the muscle fibers that you tear. When you lift something heavy, your body tears a muscle fiber and it grows back stronger. You replenish that and get bigger muscles by eating protein. I aim for 1 gram to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight, just to make sure I get enough protein for the day. But like I said, I like having, as you saw today, even if I'm lifting, I make sure I get at least 50 grams of protein before I lift or run, just because I know I have to hit 200 in the day. So spacing it out allows me to do that. Timing's not crazy essential, but I would say just space it out. That way your body has it when it needs it and it can pull from it. Now, lifting and running weight loss tips. So, as we're going into summer, if you made it this far, if you want to sign up for one-on-one coaching, I can get you shredded and get you to your dream physique as a hybrid athlete or marathon, bodybuilding, whatever you're interested in, powerlifting, I can help you get there. Link is down below. But what I want to say is cows are the most important thing. Just want to stress that you don't have to go on a specific diet. You have to moderate your intake. If you can't have self-control, you need to work on other things, straight up. I'm not trying to sugarcoat shit. You need self-control to get your body that you want or to get the physique that you want, right? That's what it takes, discipline. You got to put down the fork, right? You're hungry. That's what happens when you lose weight. You're not going to be hungry forever, but that's what it takes to lose weight. You're in a deficit. Your body's hungry. That's normal. You're losing weight. Accept it. Own it. Take ownership and control yourself. Doesn't mean you can't have a cookie. Instead of having 6, have 1, fit it in your macros, and be done. Some people say they can't do that. It's because they lack self-control. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect. Hell no. Man, I used to eat a sleeve of cookies because I didn't understand that. I thought if I had 1, I had to eat the whole box. But imagine if you lost a tooth. Does that mean you have to hammer out all the other ones? No, just you lost a tooth. Same concept. It doesn't make sense why we do it to ourselves. In my mindset, it was because I thought I had to be perfect to see results. It's not. You can, as long as you're moderating your intake, you can have balance. So I'm not here to demonize any food. I want to just make and reiterate that you can have whatever you want as long as you fit it into your macronutrient goals. So to wrap this up, self-control is freedom. Discipline is freedom. You might be asking, what does that even mean? If you have discipline in the things that you want to do, you're going to have freedom to achieve the things you want. The discipline for me to run 100 miles is waking up every day and doing the thing. That's going to give me the freedom to enjoy my 100-mile race. The discipline that it takes to eat healthy is going to give me the freedom to enjoy my physique and enjoy the fruits of the labor that I put in through lifting, running, eating healthy. Achieving that great physique is from being disciplined, okay? It's not because of a fad diet. It's not because of all this other shit. It's because you are disciplined. The freedom that you want in your life comes from the discipline that you know you can have. You just got to believe that you can do it, and your whole life will change. It just starts with believing. How do I have discipline? You just do it. Straight up. That's how you do it. Yeah, that's that. Sorry if I went a little too deep. Let's have a little fun now. I kind of get into all seriousness, but straight up, I want to help you guys out. That's why I make these videos. I want to not sugarcoat shit. I want you guys to get results, okay? So let's do it. No fad diet, no crazy, whatever. Do the work. Self-control is self-love. Self-discipline is self-love, okay? Do it for yourself now, so in the future you can have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want.